Sense and Sensibility. I I read it from when I got home from work till now, and wow, totally different from Pride and Prejudice. I think this one was written earlier, and it's actually kind of darker. I know that it was written as a satire on the proper development of ladies and that kind of frivolous stuff, but the villain that she chose to play with Marianne, which is the character seen through her sister's eyes, um, really showed how evil men could be. To toy with somebody's affections and then do it twice, actually, and then make somebody pregnant and then abandon them. I guess it was kind of disheartening to see that the same evil that we get nowadays is thought of back then. Um, I kind of enjoyed disliking the main character, and then in the end, when she had him come back and try to atone for what his choices were, I love how she made him sound sincere, and made him sound sincere, and at the same point, he didn't get what he deserved or what he felt he deserved. He still got punished for the actions that he made. Now, I kind of like that and I kind of don't, because this is a second book written by Jane Austen, and in Pride and Prejudice, everything was tied up with a pretty little bow and everything ended in a happy note. And unfortunately, that's what happened on this one too, but it was done in a different way. Like, both girls got the guys that maybe they didn't want but they needed. So they both did get married, they both did have enough money, and everything was great in the end. And the only one that really got punished for, or not punished, or didn't get a happy ending, was the fellow that screwed around Marianne. So even the character that got the more realistic ending was still a punishment for, toying with the amazing characters, the main character. Um, I do have to say that the characters in this book were more in depth. They were less shallow. The same fluffy language, and I'm going to use fluffy language because that's what it was. The same fluffy language was there, and part of me really enjoyed that. But there was a sense of anger throughout this book. There wasn't the happy-go-lucky satire of the Pride and Prejudice. There wasn't, because Pride and Prejudice was all like funny, silly, our main living in life is trying to find a man. Whereas this one, maybe that's what it is. This one, the girls weren't actually looking to get married, and they still got toyed with. I do enjoy how the main character saw her sister as being far too emotional and far not thinking at all. And how there was an instance where the evil fellow bought the sister a horse, and the sister, without even talking to family, says, yeah, I'll take the horse. Whereas the family didn't have the money to keep a horse. There was no stable. It was like, she only thought of herself, and I like how that change of character was slower than what the other one was. But it was an interesting book. I really enjoyed it. I like how it had a more serious tone. I don't like how it was all a happy ending in the end, but maybe that's the way things were written back then. Maybe everything had to have a happy ending. I think this would have been much better as a tragedy. I think that if Eleanor never got married, I think that should have been really the end. I think that her major control of her emotions should have affected her in such a way that it drove off the man who she eventually did marry, because she didn't really learn anything from being so reserved. I don't know. I liked the book. I'm probably going to read it a few more times because there were little nuances that went on through this book that I don't think I caught because I was too busy trying to read the language. But very, very excited that this got done, because now I can work on, I've got a new book that I've got to work on that I got from the Goodreads, called A Cry for Help. So that one I'm very excited to read too. But yeah, Sense and Sensibility, an enjoyable read. I do think it's a read that one should read. It definitely classic. But it's going to take me a while to mull this over, because I just now finished it, and I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it. So yeah, we've got one more book after this one, the Persuasion, and we'll carry on from there. But let me know what you guys think. I mean, if you read Sense and Sensibility, what's your opinion? What did you think about it? Because I'm undecided. I still think that it should have been a negative ending, but what do you know, right? I'd like to have known what would happen if Marianne did die. Anyway, I will talk to you guys when I get another book read. Thanks very much.